Hi, in this tutorial you will learn naming bin. So let's start with the naming convention. The naming convention for method in Java, usually we use the name that represent an action. For this book one, let's say that since that we are creating a bin, we can name it like create bin book 1. So you can see it is fine like this, create bin book 1, because we can identify what we are looking for in our Java application. But in case of a bin method, we usually name the bin the same thing as the name of the class, that is like this. So the name of the class the same thing as the name of the identifier. Why? Because this name identifier represent an object instance in a Spring container. So for example, let's say that we just name bin like this, book 1, book 2, and book 3. Let's say that this is the Spring container and we have this book 1, book 2, and book 3. So, and usually when we are writing the Spring application, we may have a method that will be injected by the Spring container, and it will have a type of this book. Let's say that we have a method, and let's say that these represent the parameter and book. We write something like this. We are expecting during the application, when it is running, it will inject one of the bin that we have here to this parameter. Okay, we may have issue, that is it will not know that exactly, maybe we just name it like this, book 1. So, and we are expecting to inject book, and it is getting it by identifier, so we may have issue maybe not injecting it. So the better way to name bin is to name it the same as the name of the class. Okay, so let's see how we use the add_bin method to change the name of the bin. We can change the name of the bin using the bin add_bin annotation. And let's see this. So now we can decide to add bin and name it like the names of the authors that you can see here. Even that is not the good practice, but sometimes you may encounter issue where you need to change the name of the bin. So to change the name of the bin, we have two ways. Okay, so let's check out here in the app.java, and let's get those bin by it identifier. Okay, so before, let's try to save these changes and print, and we can see some example before. Here we are getting the book 1 using the identifier. So when we run, we have a brief history of time by Stephen Hawking, and we can change the name of this bin using the add_bin annotation that you can see here. We use the value, and we will change it like to Stephen, that is the name Stephen. So when we run this, we may have error because the name changes. We are getting book 1 and the name that we change is Stephen. So let's try to run this. You can see we have an error. So unless we get this with Stephen, let's go to the app. Let's paste this name and change save. So let's try to run. you see we have a brief history of time by Stephen. So I show you this because there maybe you may encounter a case where you need to change the name of your bin. That is how you can change it. And let's go to the app config. We can also change this to say a name. It will return the same thing. So you can see we have the brief history of time, and we can also remove these and save. So when we save, again we have a brief history of time by Stephen Hawking. So this is the naming bin tutorial, and let's see you in the next tutorial of this series Spring Framework.